Thanks for tuning in to Raising Bosses. I'm your host, Shauna J. Ray. Here on this podcast, we discuss changing our mindsets, growing a business while raising a family. If that's what you're interested in or currently doing, please stay tuned for what we have ahead. Thank you for joining us, guys, today. Thank you for tuning in to Raising Bosses. Today I have Adele with Natural Roots NYC. She's going to talk to us today. She actually does hair care products for natural hair, and she is based out of New York. So I just wanted to thank her for coming on and being a part of my podcast today.
Thanks for having me on. Wanted to hear my insights, and let's see what we're going to talk about.
Yes, so I just have, like always, I just have a few questions I'm going to ask you, and please share as much as you're comfortable with. We want to hear how a working mom, a stay-at-home, work for herself, entrepreneurial mom does it on a day-to-day basis. So if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yep. So my name is Adele, as she mentioned earlier. I started making my products about going into 3 years now, but I also work, full-time job too. So most of my stuff is done at night, like late at night, after work, and I just keep moving from there. I started it because, I like natural stuff. I've been working with oils and everything for a while, so I just tied everything together, kind of, and put what I know into the creams and the lotions, and now also herbs, like straight herbal teas and stuff, too. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's moving like more, it's not going to be hair forever, it's going to more so like a lifestyle, like you got the hair stuff, and then you have stuff, I want to do for like home cleaning, natural cleaning, the herbs, herbal tea blends and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right up my alley. I hope everybody heard that. She's going to be expanding soon. I like that. I had the opportunity to try one of your hair creams, and I just wanted to talk about it real briefly. And I made a few videos on this. Y'all can check that out in my YouTube channel. But I really loved how it just went slick through all of our hair. We have a lot of hair. So, like, when you start making, like, a bucket of it, I'm going to need to grab that because that stuff's great. But for just in general, mostly my hair, my daughter's hair, my oldest daughter's hair. But that stuff, it just goes through your hair like butter. It's the Shea Butter Hair Cream, correct?
Yeah, yep.
That's what it's called. Yeah, that stuff is amazing. And I've had to try a lot of different things with my hair with like detangling and things like that. But oh my gosh, just that one was amazing. I just need like a vat, like a 15 gallon, 5-gallon tub of that.
No.
Yeah, like I need that once a year. Like on next taxes. Taxes, I'm gonna need a bucket of that. I need this for the next 6 months.
Right.
But yes. But okay. So you said that you are still currently working a 9 to 5?
Mm-hmm. Well, more like a 9 to 7, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, right? It's never 9 to actually 5. Like, who actually works that? But that's still okay. So you say that again.
Where do they have those 9 to 5s at? I only know about this 7 o'clock point. I don't know.
I had 10 to 6. I don't know what they talking about. They talking about some 9 to 5. What's the 9 to 5 part? Mm-hmm. Y'all subtracting that hour of lunch. Y'all trying it. Trying it. So, right? So you actually work a full-time. You're another mom that actually works a full-time job. And also has an entrepreneurial, side where they have a side hustle that also brings something in. So that requires a lot of balance and everything. I know you said you did everything at night. Like what other ways do you use to like really like get your time all together? Because I understand working, and trying to do something else.
Well, yeah, like I say, nighttime like night. I go to bed late, but that's the only other option. I figure my thing is if I'm somewhere for whatever amount of hours we just said, like 10 to 7 or whatever, at least I can give myself a certain amount of time. I just slaved away like somebody over there helping them grow. Like I can't give myself 2, 3 hours at night. I have to. It will make no sense for me to come home, eat, and go to bed. Like that's my day. I can't. That logic, I don't know. So I'll
I
be
have to agree with you there. I always see a lot of people say, I'm tired after work, but then I have to do this and I have kids and my kids don't let me do that. And you're in the same kind of boat with me. Like we're working and we're taking care of our kids and we're trying to do something else because I keep seeing this meme and I think you've seen me share it before, but the meme where it says, when you work a 9 to 5, they want you to come home and be tired. They want you not
They don't
to
want
progress
you
anywhere
to
else in your
get
life.
much after work. Like just do that and come home and watch some more not mind-numbing TV programming. That's a whole other topic. And then you go to bed. Like, no.
Ooh, she all up in my ear right now. Did y'all hear that? I can't stress that enough. And there's nothing wrong with watching TV because I will let you know right now. I watch a very minimal amount of TV, but I do have my streaming thing. But the thing is that people don't understand is you can attempt to do both with certain projects. So I always stress to people like, you want to watch your show, but why don't you also go on the internet and
balance
do
out with
something?
something
Exactly.
mindful and
You could do
something,
both.
just fun, But don't just stay in like this
In the
entertainment
fun
mode.
part.
Like you have to get your mind moving. That stuff just kills your mind.
It does. It literally kills your brain cells off. And it's like I watch my little shows, not on TV. Like I said, I stream it, I Netflix, but most of my day is spent watching YouTube videos about something I want to learn.
Right.
And then some full days or some like partial days, I will spend time watching mindless TV. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not disregarding it altogether, but people do need to understand balance. And I think sometimes we are trying to escape when we come home from that 9 to 5. And when you want to escape from something, you shouldn't put yourself in a perpetual like a negative space. So like taking drugs to like cope with life all day long, like you're just in that mindset. So progress somewhere else to move out of that. So if you don't want to be working your 9 to 5 for the rest of your life or whatever it is, you have to progress somewhere else to do something other, something else to get yourself out of that negative
Instead of just
space.
drowning your sorrows into whatever you
Drowning
decide
them,
to keep.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. So, if you don't mind, like, where did you get your knowledge from? Were you always knowledgeable about herbs and things like that? Or, did you learn something else? Were you like a lawyer before? Like, what did you learn before? And then, like, what caused you to actually get this knowledge now and start using it?
Well, I was always messing around with them, and before it was much, YouTube and stuff. It was just regular, I guess Google, and just, using the stuff you get to learn how they do. And then I just expanded it. I just took a whole course where, just, solidified and expanded it all. But, I knew a decent amount. And then the essential oils I learned at school because I also went to, I guess I must like to learn. I went to, because right now, I didn't mention I'm a veterinary technician. So I work with animals.
Wow. See, that's amazing. I didn't know that.
That's my full time, yeah. But I also went to massage therapy school where we learn about essential oils more. So it just increased what I was already knowing and kind of expanded it. So between the three, well, not the animal stuff so much, but you can't really do much there with them. But I do have a little shampoo cleanser. It's herbal based, for them because there's a lot of toxic pet products out there. So, yeah, just what I've been doing and just, expanded on it all over the years. I've had books. That's what I wanted to say. It was before all of this internet. I had books, little books, like a page. and I read.
Reading is essential.
Mhm.
So it sounds like you kind of have the same that's amazing. You're a vet tech. Like exactly, I was right. I'm sitting here like she's probably like you're like everyone's education is usually so far removed from what they do.
Mhm.
And it's always like amazing to me, like how people, you know, like it's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
You're a vet tech. Like, how does your brain hold all this
I don't
knowledge?
know. Sometimes what I started doing is I just write stuff down so I don't have to remember and think about it. I saw that somewhere like just
That's
write it
true.
down and this way you could just let it go and you can you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and just write it down so it's gone, it's there. You can go back and so you can free up your
That is
brain space like a computer.
it's so funny that you say that because I've just finally revisited doing that again. Like I used to journal as a child, and I mean on and off since I was a child. I journaled, and I'm a list person, and I used to make lists all the time. And I stopped making lists, and I started doing it on my phone, and I forget, and I'd come back,
Yeah.
and like it wasn't a full brain dump. You know what I mean? So I watch a lot of YouTube too, watching things like how to do better at certain things. And one of the things the lady kept saying was like, wake up in the morning and do your list. And I realized doing lists is a brain dump. So you're not laying in bed going, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that. Or if you are laying in bed doing that, take time out and write your list. There's no wrong or right way, no right or wrong time to write your list. Like, I realize how much more free my brain space has been since writing things down again. And then I wake up in the morning and I go, what do I have to do? I don't have to have it so clouded here. Like, where's my list?
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge thing. Like, I love that you taught, like, that you also, do those things like that shows like I always hear like successful people do this, successful people do that, and it's like to see a successful person doing those things,
Yeah.
it means, you know, a lot. And you said you read too, so that's a big one that people like don't understand. Like reading is essential
Yeah, you gotta
for
have physical
anything.
books sometimes because it's just most of the books are reference books. Just go back and look at what you want. So you don't have to memorize a whole bunch of stuff all the time. Like you know what you know, but you can go back and look.
And then you don't have a clouded space on what it actually, like sometimes, like, you know how you remember a fact, but there's like a cloudy section
Right.
of that fact, and you're like, wait, is it pink or is it blue? Let me go check. You don't have to think about that, and it solidifies it. Writing things down and rereading things solidifies it in your mind later, so then it becomes a part of your long-term memory instead of clouding up your short-term memory.
Yeah, right. Well, you use that for right now. Like, what am I going to cook? What am I going to eat? Like, use it for write everything else down. Yeah.
I have to make sure I keep up with this again.
It's different, writing it down with your physical body, writing it down rather than typing it into the phone.
Exactly. So within the things that you do you aspire to be like any particular company or person or anything like that? Anything that gives you like, that inspires your day to day for your business?
I don't know. I feel like I don't follow enough people, like, I don't know. I mean, I like Coils by Nature. She's not like as a person, like I talked to her before. She was really nice. I like how she has progressed. She's now, she started, same thing. But she quit her job, like, and she, had money, and she actually. I haven't been that brave yet because, and she progressed up to the point now she's in Target and Target. So she's in a bunch of stores. I feel like she's not here in New York though. I've never seen her on the shelves here, but I guess in Target. So she got that, and she started just like us, So that's always inspirational. And sometimes like she would put up her old labels, like when she first started, and those same Avery labels that everybody probably goes and buy from state.
Yep.
Yep.
It's so funny. I think Allocate Naturals, I think She posted that. I think that was who posted it. The 10-year challenge, like the before and after. I think it was Alec Naturals. And then somebody else posted something like that. And I was like, that's so cute because it's true. You have to like remember where you came from.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, okay, that's good.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
I did that with a skirt. I posted a skirt I had made when I was like 13 or 14. And it was like a skirt that I was like, I'm going to be a fashion designer and this is the skirt. Like this is what started it all. So it's like always nice. It's good for our souls too, I think, personally.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome. Are there any like celebrities that you want using your product, or have you started sending any like people that you really want to, because I know you let me try your stuff and I'm really appreciative, but like big names out there?
Yeah, I mean, like in general, I feel like a broken record. I say this all the time. Erica Badu, I'm like, in any capacity that I can just be within 2 feet of her, it's fine.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And yeah, I like times I go on people's pages and I like their pictures. That's kind of, but I'm not doing that enough. I think you say you should like go on their pages and kind of interact in ways so they kind of see your name up there more.
Exactly. It's all about brand awareness.
Yeah, but I don't stick to them. I should make a list. Here we go, and write down the ones that I'm just gonna like focus on, like the pictures, comment, like every week.
Yeah, you have to make a list of these things and find out like, especially when it comes to like PR and stuff like that, find people and, list them out and like start. That's how those big companies do it. And lists are for everything.
Yeah.
They can help us out there. You were saying how you liked books, and I love to hear suggestions on books and other media, even if it was just to help you learn your herbal side, or if it was, in general in business or anything. I love to hear new suggestions on books, podcasts, etc.
I'm not good with remembering titles, but yeah, I can't think of the titles. I'll have to.
You sound like me. I'm like, I read so many books, they start to blur together. What book did I learn that from?
I don't know.
Any podcasts that you like? I know you have a podcast, correct? Do you mind talking about your podcast?
Yeah, I just started.
That can make
got a couple episodes there. I'm just gonna probably focus on just telling people about herbs and what they do and what they use for and stuff like that. I don't know. You see so many rules about these rules you should follow, so you keep it in the same thing, or will I, just talk about whatever? I don't know. But for now, it's unless you're going to have like another podcast just to talk about whatever stuff, or I don't know. But for now, it's all herbal.
I mean, that's still good because, like, if anyone wants to know knowledge that you have, you would be condensing it into your podcast. So that's great. I know how it is to feel like you have to, like you said, follow certain rules. I made a blog post about this where you kind of have to get to a space where at least you started it. Because I know for me, I didn't even start because I was just like, oh, I don't know if I should just single this one thing out, talk about a bunch of things, or like have this certain topic. And I fought myself a lot on it and I didn't start. And then when I did start, I felt like very like, no, it cannot go out of this realm. But then I realized that you can have a fluctuation. Maybe like, obviously, if you're starting it about herbs, maybe like you don't start talking about politics, on the next on the next podcast. But like maybe, like you said, you want cleaning products. Mm-hmm. So then, you're talking about herbs and spices and stuff and hair products. I think, shameless plugs, you should also talk about the products that you offer as like your own little commercial inside of your thing. Like everybody's like, shameless plug, like, yeah, this is the herb I use in this, and this herb does that, and this is why I put it in there. And then when people share it, you're also getting that brand awareness from yourself, you know what I mean? So they'll learn something about herbs, they'll also learn about your products, and, maybe they're like into the herb, but they don't care to like actually track it down and make the thing, but they'll buy it from you because you're the one that told them about the herbs. You know everything there is to know about the herbs. So now they want your product. So that's how a lot of people I see do it, if you weren't thinking that already. And like, just like how I'm doing this, I would love to see other people come on, you know what I mean? And listen to both of you talk about herbs and making products and things like that. And it could just be like, maybe, I doubt everything on herbs. You might, but maybe there's a section that you're trying to learn about, and you could like talk to them about that subject too. Like, okay, I know about herbs, but well, tell me about this oil that I've never had contact with, but I know about oils too.
Always something.
And it's always like a learning experience, you know what I mean? And like, that's just a way to broaden it, because I know how it is to feel like there's a rule set to it, you know what I mean? And I try to tell people, like, you can kind of break it. Yeah. Without really going too far off.
Instagram thing, they're like, oh, you should only post this and that and have it look like a grid. It's, a graph here, some words here. So then when you open it all up, it's all pretty, but it don't always come out like that. Like, you'll see something like, oh, I want to share this, I'm making this. But the next post is, I gave up on doing that. I just post.
Yep. I think the biggest thing when it comes to like any type of media, I think the biggest thing is making sure you're consistent. Not to say that I'm consistent, because I am not consistent. I'm trying to get there. But consistency to me means more, because when you think about it, I read something about that, because I also learned about, the aesthetically pleasing Instagram layout. But to me, as long as the pictures are aesthetically pleasing, then why does the actual thing have to be like this one scape? Personally, to myself, I don't want to see it completely only curated, if that makes sense. Like, I want to see a little bit of rawness without it being like the picture being raw, just meaning like, look a little lived in, you know what I mean? And it can be perfect. I've seen like aesthetically pleasing stuff that's not so curated, but it's curated, if that makes any sense. And I think that's another one that I like broke out of too, is because it's like, then I don't post anything, because it's like, I got to do all this running around.
Yeah.
It's just too much. Yeah. And it's like, oh my goodness. I know some moms do it, and I'm not saying I can never do it. It's just like, I really don't care to do it too much either. I do want it to look nice. Like, I want each picture to look nice. And then with the consistency, people continue to see your face, your whatever it is. And so the consistency leads to people being more attracted to your photos. Because for the real, something I was reading said, people don't really care to go back and look at your profile and be like, okay, the whole thing is aesthetically pleasing. They kind of judge.
I never.
Exactly. Like, I've never been like, see, no, this person's pictures don't all match the same trend, so I got to delete them. If all the pictures are aesthetically pleasing, or like for the most part, it's clean looking, meaning like it's not a bunch of just like, dark pictures in a corner, like I'm going to like follow them, you know what I mean? But I don't need it to be one filter and all this other extras. Exactly. And from a brand, I like to see a little of that rawness even more, because all your pictures are not going to come from you.
Right.
Because other people are posting it.
Testimonials or pictures of them using it. So you're not supposed to use that picture because it doesn't fit you. Like, okay, when you take this picture, go on a purple background, go in front of the window. Nobody's going to do that for you. You're lucky if you send you a picture.
Exactly. There's that. There's that. There is that.
You were saying about how do I also get the things done? I do that work. Right from my little phone.
So I mean, so you like, everybody doesn't have that ability, so we're not gonna, We don't want anybody getting mad because some people feel like, attacked when you say certain things.
No.
So just want to like put it out there. But it's beautiful that you have the position to be able to do certain things at work. Do explain or elaborate if you'd like.
Yeah, well, for me, it's different. It depends. If you're in the office, I feel like maybe some office jobs where people could, speak at the computer time. But, I go on the computer like when I want to research something right quick, like, okay, what's this for? And I just make my little notes. By the time I go home, I have my info. I don't have to do it at home and then be interrupted, And then from my phone, sometimes I'll, look up stuff too. But, I have the Google Drive there. I can do my, if I'm doing like a slideshow, I'll do it like from the phone. We have some downtime there because there's no help, from the doctor needed or no animal to, just kind of sitting there. So I do that stuff, I'll do post to Instagram, pictures I might have taken the night before. Then when I say, I'll do it at work, I'll just go through and, crop them or put them up. So I've been doing that more and more, and it's also like I don't know, a thing like, okay, I'm here, but I'm still doing my stuff, and it's like an escape, like, because like I wanna like put my brain like like an escape, like I'm here, but I'm really doing my stuff, and it's like this thing, like this little rebellion, I guess. I don't know.
The rebellion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like what we were talking about earlier.
Like you all the
that
time.
We spend so much time on Facebook texting each other and stuff like that, but you could take the same, either half that time or the same 30 seconds, an hour, whatever it is, and put that towards something. I always tell people when they ask me, how do you read so much? And I'm like, well, my kids sleep occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
And legit, like sometimes I'm not on Facebook while I'm going to the bathroom. Like those 20 minutes that we're going through Facebook or at work and we have a 10-minute break, use that time.
Yeah.
Text that person and then read a book. Text that, go on
On the
Facebook,
bus.
update that status. And, update your store on Shopify or whatever your business is as much as you can. And you have a physical business. But like you said, you have knowledge that you have to figure out certain things
Research
behind it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So even if you're like a blogger or something, because a lot of people don't realize how much time they have in a day. Another shameless plug, another post I have on my blog, Raising Bosses, is about saying I don't have enough time. Well, what are the pockets of time that you do have? So you stay up late, but maybe you want to get to bed earlier. So like read a book before bed. Make sure the kids are asleep. Instead of watching that Netflix series, turn it off one episode early, read half an hour of book. An hour of a book a day, you get through a book in a week. I think that's basically what I try to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we don't realize how much pockets of time we do have.
I use my train travel time here in the city because, right.
Oh, beautiful.
At least 20, 30, sometimes it's quick. My commute to work is pretty quick, but I still, I read as many pages as I can. I've also been listening to working on the mindset. That's another thing you guys need to. That's a really big thing. Working on the mindset. To listen to Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. I just listen to him on the train as I'm riding on through YouTube. And that's time right there. 10, 15 minutes of listening to something good before you go to work.
Exactly. Puts you in a better mindset as well.
Yeah, and then it's like, it's not this drudgery because, I'm working on like moving forward.
So what are your long-term goals for Natural Roots? Where do you see yourself in even the next year, 5 years with your products?
Well, I like to be in a store, at least one, like that's really selling, not just sitting there on consignment or something, but like someplace where it can really be, getting out with the sales, either here or abroad. Yeah, would like to get into the international um, marketplaces. At least one small place, even if it's an island or, something small and simple. Nothing too crazy right away. Because first of all, if it came like tomorrow, a big thing, I wouldn't be able to
Make
like
enough.
manage just I gotta take a week off of work. It's a vacation. I'll be home, but won't be there. Bye.
I need a
I'll be in there.
staycation to do these, to pump out these orders. I
Yeah.
mean,
So it needs to be small, manageable, but at the same time, a decent amount where it's worth it. So that's the goal.
do you ever, how old are your children again, if you don't mind me asking?
5 and 1.
Do you ever employ your 5-year-old to help you with things?
Yeah, he has put on labels for me and stuff until he was bored with the idea, and then he left me.
Oh, I know how that is. He's still, he is still very small. I know, I know little kids, they like to do, like you said, labels and stuff like that. He is small, so he can't really help you with the mixing and things like that. But would you employ maybe, some older children, cousins, nieces, nephews, teenagers to help you with your product so you could get it out there and like keep costs low as far as employees go? Or
right. Yeah, I thought about that.
quick employees or something like that?
It would probably be, like not strangers as a way of maybe high school kids or something like that. And him.
Yep.
I'm just waiting until he's big enough to coordinate better. Like, okay, put this in here.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I always encourage people to do it little by little. Like you said, he did a couple labels and he ran off. And then the 1-year-old, the 1-year-old will be right behind soon. I know my 3-year-old. I just showed her how to put the trash in the thing. Now she's the only one that can do it. She will run into the kitchen and be like, "Hold on, wait. I have to do this." And I did it by myself. So it's like, you show them, and then like when he is older, labels will be like, "What you need help with next, mommy?"
I'm asking the 1-year-old to get my label when I print it from the printer to the next room, and I'm like, "Go get it, pick it up."
There you go.
He walks over and he brings me my paper, so I don't have to get up.
There you go. And they're still little, where you can just like pay them in like gumdrops and Smarties.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna go to the corner store later. You get one thing for your day's work. I know I do that with my kids sometimes too. I told my oldest, she is 9. I told her, I was like, I want you to get to a point where you could be mommy's little assistant, because she knows a lot of things. And it's like, I just want her to have like more balance, but I'm willing to actually pay her because what was I watching? They said like, you can pay your kids, and like, I want to pay her and like have like her money go into her savings, and she had a little spending money on the side, and it's worth her time. You know what I mean? Because kids nowadays, they want them dollars.
Yeah, I was going to show. They can't see this book, but do you have this book on it?
Kidpreneur, no. Can you send me a picture when we get off? Send me a picture of that. I have, my friend gave me a little game, actually. I forget what it's called. She did it for like a course that she was doing at a school. And it has a game of teaching them entrepreneurial things. And I've had my oldest daughter read certain books. One of the books was a little girl. She made her own jewelry company at 8 years old. I had her read that and some other money books, but like, I want to send me all the books you have. It's called Kidpreneur.
Yeah, Kidpreneur.
Kidpreneur. So I'll try and find a link for that and put it in the show notes and buy it
another
myself.
guy, he's doing flashcards for kids for, learning them about money and stuff like that. Flashcards.
By the same company that makes that book?
No. These are Instagram. I'll send you the link.
Yes, please send me the link, and I'll put everything in the show notes, because I'm interested in it, and anybody else is interested in that. I need to have that documented somewhere for you guys. So just check out the show notes when you listen to this. Okay, so that's really good information, because I'm always looking for new ways to introduce my kids to like money and things like that. Another thing that I saw online, Somebody on YouTube, his name's Jeff Rose. I talk about him all the time. His oldest son is 11. He said he pays his kids. I mean, it's a little excessive, but he got more money for that, so I'm not going to judge him. But $20 for each book that his child reads, and makes a book report on it. And my daughters are homeschooled, so my oldest, she does do those already. But I was thinking about the books that my mom had me read at that age, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Who Moved My Cheese, those type of books. I think I will start implementing that and have her maybe give me an oral book report, maybe not like a full book report on that, but like, once a month you read one of these books and you get $10 or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, because those books aren't easy. I remember reading those books at those were my school books.
Young kid, like.
Exactly. So it makes it like something for her, like, okay, but at the end of me reading this, I get $20 or $10 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like, that would be her whole $10. Like I'd probably give it all to her. And, that's a lot of money for a 9-year-old, $10.
Yeah, true.
And then she has knowledge. Cause I know now that's the reason why I don't read novels a lot. My mom had me read, like, if it was a novel, it had to do with like some African American, like, read this book and this is like history for us, whatever. And then she would have me read entrepreneur books and self-help books as my books for school. I didn't really read the typical, like, To Save a Mockingbird until high school. I didn't read those books, but in elementary school she had me reading those books. I don't know. But yeah,
she was ahead of her time.
Yes, I will talk about it every podcast. Like, my mom did certain things and everybody thought it was like kind of crazy or weird or whatever. And I'm like, I'm grateful now that my mom did those things. Yeah. Like, I'm glad that she made me read those books and had me introduced to them, because now my friends, they're learning about people that I grew up listening to, or reading books like Think and Grow Rich. I'm pretty sure my mom has the actual physical copy. She didn't have me read it. I'm actually trying to read it, and I started reading a different book. But I'm glad she did that, because now I soak up that knowledge so much easier. It's like I'm voracious at it. Like, read this, listen to this audiobook.
Yeah. It's hard when you haven't been exposed and you're trying to wrap your mind around these new things. Like,
exactly, and it's like. It's true. It's because we were taught certain things. My mom didn't teach me to feel those certain ways, and then she got these books to make my mind be more on an expanded path. You know what I mean? So I started out very wide-eyed with these things versus kind of broken by the world. I mean, not saying I'm not broken by the world, because there are some stuff that put me down, but having that, like, to think about, like you said, that escape, but in a positive form, it's really nice. It does more, nourishes the soul better.
The sooner you do it, probably the better.
Exactly. And another thing I just got into doing with my kids is putting affirmations on while they sleep. I used to put, I think, like, rain sounds on when my oldest daughter was little. And I found I listen to affirmations when I go to sleep. And I looked it up, and the same person I listened to their affirmations for me, they make a kids section, like a kids affirmation. There's tons of them you can look online, but I want to start doing that more, is have them listen into that, because it does seep into your subconscious. So start it young, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. YouTube wasn't around when I was little, like this.
Yeah. Right.
Right? Do you have any other projects that you're working on? I know you talked about expanding your collection to beyond hair and skincare.
Yeah. Well, I got T-shirts recently, kind of month or two.
I did see that. On your Instagram.
Yeah.
I like that. I Am Nature with a little. I see you. I see that. I see it. I see that.
So that's a T-shirt that'll be like that kind of topic, like nature, just so people can kind of understand that you are everything that's out there. Too. You, the trees, you. It's all the same. So the T-shirt's gonna be focused on like getting that into people's heads. Like, I am similar. We have similar. We look different, but we have the same energy. We're the same energy.
We do. Everything is energy. Agreed.
So that's what the T-shirts are going to get to people.
I love that. I love that. And I'll have a link. Do you have a link to purchase those right now?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll also link those in my show notes as well. Um, so in your, do you want it somebody that's trying to start their own hair care, skincare, natural company? Do you have any words of wisdom for somebody that would be in your, or like even just a mom in general that's working and trying to build herself up?
Yeah, well, research. Research. Well, look up things. Read, um, do your diligence, and finding out what's the best stuff to use. You know which direction you want to go. If you want to go the mainstream route, you know, go it. If you want to go the natural route, you have to, look and see what's going to be the most effective thing and how you want to do it. Some people are not interested in, having it minimal or having it more natural and other things. They don't care. That's fine. But, either way you have to, either way you have to research and look up things. And, yeah, you got YouTube now. So pretty much anything you want to learn about, you can go. When you want your labels, just just putting the time in and like looking up stuff and stay positive.
Agreed. I agree on all points. And that goes for anybody trying to do anything positive in their, in themselves or in business. Because another shameless plug for the blog, I've written a post about using your resources, because a lot of people ask me the same thing. Well, how did you know that? How did you learn that? I'm like, everything is on YouTube. Like nearly everything is on YouTube. Just look it up. Now, when I want to learn something, I find every video, documentary, a book, an audiobook on it, read, listen, all those things I can find for free. And that's basically on my post is about how to find resources for free. Because when you're first starting out, you don't need to go to university to learn about what you want to learn about, unless you want to be a doctor or something, or a vet tech or whatever it is. You obviously have to go to school for that. But if you want to learn how to do natural things, photography, podcasting, anything, those things, you have free resources online in the library, real books, you can look up first. And those things are free. Find those free things first, see how interested you are in it, and then go from there. If
Yeah, you
not,
don't want to move too fast, like as far as putting money into it. If
exactly.
until
Exactly.
if you start investing in it more.
Investing. I love that you said that, because that's key word. It's not really like you're just throwing your money out there. You're investing not only in yourself, but in what you want to do. So see how much you need to put into it, and then invest. Because a lot of people get overwhelmed. They go YouTube. I want to do YouTube. And instead of them just starting, like I talked to you about it earlier, instead of just starting, they kind of go into it. They're like, oh, I need the better camera. I need the best microphone. I need the best lighting. I need this. I need that. And then it's like, okay, but you haven't even started anything to need all that yet. Start from where you have, whatever you have.
Right, start where you are. And a lot of times people who do that, not to bash or anything, but people, that's just another way of procrastinating and doing anything. It's, oh, but I don't have this mic. I don't have this light. You don't need none of that. You need you, your mouth, and your talk. That's it.
Yes.
And then you move up from there. Just do the minimum, Just start. Basically, just start.
Exactly. Exactly.
They find all these perfections. You don't need the perfection right away. Just start.
Just start it, and
otherwise you never will. Like, I don't have this light, so I can't do anything. Woe is me. No. Go outside. There's sunlight out there.
The best, actually.
The best light, yeah.
So it's like I always tell people the same exact thing. It's funny that you said the procrastination thing. I just wrote on this as well. It's like I was like that. I was that person that, oh, it's not perfect. It's not this. This doesn't look like that person. And then realizing that other people are doing it. They just started. So I always tell people the biggest one with people is YouTube. You needing a camera, and I'm like, do you have a phone?
Your phone?
If you have a phone, you have
They make
everything you
phone
need.
cameras pretty good now.
Thank you. If you have a phone, you have everything you need, even with podcasting.
Yeah.
They have apps that you can just on your phone, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not going to be
Could
top of
be
the
anywhere
line.
and do, yeah.
It's
You
not going
could
to be top of the
be
line, but
at work.
get with what?
You could be at work, go in the bathroom. You could do a quick, like, 2-minute thing just to
Yeah.
talk to the people and, you know.
Exactly. And I tell everyone, I said, if you look at any of your favorite YouTubers, if they've been around for even a year, okay, everyone started on their phone. 90% of YouTubers,
Yeah.
they start on their phone. And they are huge. The same people that started on their phone 5 years ago, they are huge. And so it's just like people don't realize how easy that is. I'm getting off topic. I'm going too much into it, but I will have a video coming about that.
Yeah, you want to do that one. People
Exactly.
need to hear that.
It's true. Last quick question. How did you exactly start? If you could just brief me on like what you did to actually get the ball rolling in starting Natural Roots.
Um, well, I started using it on myself. I'm my own first, guinea pig, of course. Um, and then I just did vending. Um, the vending event that I did was when I first, brought out. All I had was like hair cream. That was my first thing. That one, went through many changes from how it is now to what it was back then. It's completely different. So that's how I started this one vending show, and I said, okay, I'm going to bring these out. And that's that. And then I did, I went and did webpage. I was using, what's the name of that place? Wix?
Yeah,
Is that
Wix.
it? Wix? Are they still, I don't know. I had it on there. I thought it was all that. But then when I found Shopify, I didn't want to pay, more. But when I saw what came with Shopify, I was like, there's no question.
Exactly.
So then I switched over like 2 years ago, and I haven't missed Wix at all. Like, there's no reason to miss it. So I'm glad I did that. And yeah, I take my own photos. I got people to test. Hello.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like that. I need to do more vending. This year I'm trying to get more out in public. That's the one thing I really got to do. Get more vending and do more videos, live videos or YouTube videos. Which
that's a big one, yeah.
I'm like, I don't really I'm not a camera person, but I'm going to have to learn to be.
At least you accept that factor because it's scary at first.
Yeah.
It is like kind of like, at first, but then you kind of just get used to it. It's just like how we're talking right now.
Yeah.
But there's nobody on
Even
the
this was like, okay. But, you got to make the uncomfortable the comfortable, they say. So.
Agreed.
That's where I am.
I love that. No, I love that you shared that because that's very important. A lot of people don't realize. With the vending, it's so funny because I wanted to get into like the craft shows and the farmers markets, and I didn't. And I just like always had some excuse, but we're not going to go into that. But like I have a friend, she's going to start doing her business. And I was telling her, we got to find you like farmers markets to go to, things like that. And I love how you explain, you make it sound so seamless too. Like, because Shopify is a little bit easier to work with.
It is. I haven't tried anything else besides Wix, but I mean, there's other platforms, but I don't see myself I don't see any reason. Like they have all the apps, It's like boom, 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 and they take care of the automatic cart abandonment. It's like, yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. Well, I'm going to have to share that information with my friend as well and anybody else out there. I'm glad you said that. Also, can I just get your socials for everybody to hear where they can find you, find your products?
Yep. Website first off is www.naturalrootsnyc.com, and Instagram is the same, Natural Roots NYC, and the podcast over on Anchor, and it's on what's that? Spotify is on it's
iTunes,
on a few
Google.
platforms, but it didn't get to iTunes yet. But it's all Natural Roots NYC. So just search it. If it's on there, it'll pop up if you want to know about the herbs and stuff like that. And Twitter is there. It's Handmade NYC.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
also Facebook, same thing, Natural Roots NYC, everywhere.
Okay, good. So everything is Natural Roots. That's easy, and I'll link a few of those things down below as well in the show notes. So Adele, I really appreciate that you did this with me. Let me pick your brain and had time for me today. So I really just want to thank you. Is there any last words that you want to say before we wrap up the podcast?
No, thanks for having me. It's good to get the message out on different platforms, and it wasn't as nerve-wracking as I thought. So thank you.
I'm glad it's been a pleasant experience for you. I really
Yeah.
appreciate this. All right, well, I want to just let you get back to
Hopefully,
your
I
business.
answered everything you wanted to
You
get.
did everything.
Like
Everything on
I
the list.
got off a little bit, but yeah.
No, perfect. Everything was perfect.
Good, good.
Awesome. Thank you again, Adele.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Raising Bosses podcast. I hope you enjoyed, and please tell your friends and family. Go ahead and share this podcast on social media. If you or someone you know would like to be a part of this podcast, please email us at raisingbosses@gmail.com, or you could DM us on all our social medias, our Raising Bosses on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you and goodbye.